Hey, hello, hello. How are you guys? Hey, Luke. Welcome back. Welcome home. How was your trip, my friend? I hope it was a pleasant and very fun trip. We really miss you. We really miss you. Hey, Cuba. So, well, if you have any questions, Cuba, just send them my way later when you watch this video. And Paul, drive safely. Drive safely. We don't want any issues you driving and watching YouTube. Just listen today. Hello, Mr. Hans. Hello, Laura. Hello, Sina. Hey, Alex. Glad to read this. Look, glad to read this. Hello, Gabby. Hello, Andy. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Ram. Hello, Abdullah. Abdullah, you are new here, right? I don't remember your name around here. Welcome to this community. All right, I'm gonna give one more second here. Yeah, very new. Yeah, I remember you guys. I mean, it's there's a lot of people here, like 450 something, but I still remember you. Hey, Kay. Hey, Bob. How you doing? How was your vacation? Hope, I hope it was nice vacation. I mean, dude, you live in Florida, so you're living like on a vacation paradise all the time. So when you go for vacation, where do you go? Hanging in there. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So, well, this was Spy today. What do you see here? I know you don't see anything, right? You don't see anything. It was just ugly, ugly, ugly price action here. For being honest, uh, I really thought that we will go for the gap fill. So I actually took a trade right here. I took this one here. I took this. I was thinking that we are gonna have something like this. Oh, this was no. I'm sorry. It was this. I thought that we will have something like this, but we just had this. It was a 1 to 2 reward ratio trade. I was stop out right here. Again, as I was telling you, after these rejections here, I thought that we will go for the gap fill. So, well, it just didn't happen. That's okay. Uh, I was kind of frustrated because all of the look at this. Look how many rejections here, how many rejections, and with this gap right here, ah, this was a nice play. Just it didn't work. Look, took the same thing. Yeah. And also look at this. I mean, QQQ, this 550. Look how many rejections here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Well, bounces, but it was not breaking out to anywhere, and still it's not doing anything. All right. Well, if that was the market, let's go to watch anything else. And this is Apple. I know we don't trust Apple and we don't even like Apple, right? But uh, for being honest, I was trying to do something like here, like, okay, well, this is the break and retest, previous day close. But this is just ugly, right? This is just ugly. Right here, markets were not doing anything. They were actually holding this previous day high. So yeah, right here, I was thinking that we will just, or one of two, or bounce or drop Harley for this gap fill, but none of nothing happened. Nothing happened. So I really don't see anything here on Apple. If you want to be like very nice guy, saying, okay, well, let's try to find something here. So after this kind of downtrend trend line here, rejection, another rejection right to the previous day close, and right here spike kind of breaking down. Maybe you may say like, well, this is the 201 key level. Let's try something like this. My risk will be this trend line here, maybe a little bit less than that, aiming to this low of the day. This worked nicely, but again, I never will take this. I will never take this, right? Yeah, it's just me trying to identify potential plays, but after this ugly price action here and here, I mean, this is just trying to get something. For being honest, I think I will be waiting for something like this, like the break and retest of low of the day, but we never got this retest until noon. So yeah, I don't think anyone took anything on Apple. I know you don't like Apple, guys. I know. Hey Ram, well, this is a small community yet. Massachusetts. Hey Giuseppe, how you doing? Giuseppe, let me tell the other members. Giuseppe, he's a member of the community and he's from Sicily in Italy, and he's trying to practice his Spanish. So last Friday, not sure if you remember, but we had key levels and charting workshop on Spanish. Yusef was there. So thank you. Grazie, Yusef, for being there, practicing your Spanish and building your skills. Gabi, it was a terrible day for me at QQQ. Yeah, Gabi, I think we all were trapped right there. Uh, Luke took the same trade. Ram, yeah, same idea. Dipti, hi, good afternoon. Missed last week reviews. Oh, come on, Dipti, just drop that job so you can be available for these sessions. Nah, just kidding. So one of the things that I wanted doing these sessions on YouTube instead of Zoom was exactly this, that you can actually watch it later, and it doesn't matter if you are still on the Discord community or not, because I know some of you guys are sometimes in the community, sometimes you are taking a break, so that's fine. So that was one of the most important reasons to hold these sessions on YouTube, so you can watch them later. And it's an open channel, so it doesn't matter if you are still or not on the Discord community. Hello Anne, hello Felix Lara, ciao a tutti. Hi Patrick. Hey DC, you want to learn Spanish? Got a girlfriend. Got a girlfriend. 2 weeks, you will be fluent in Spanish. I like YouTube better. It's easier. Yeah. It's easier. Yeah, and also for the Zoom, we have a plan, and I don't know how many hours of recordings you have, but once you start having a lot of recordings, they start erasing the oldest videos so you can replace them with the newer ones. So yeah. Declan, you took Meta. Yeah, that Meta was the only trade available across the board. I'm gonna go there in a minute. I want to learn Spanish to get the girlfriend. No, 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 my friend. First get the girlfriend, and then you will get Spanish. All right. So AMD was same thing, guys. I mean, we had this drop here, no reaction on the 5 minute. Well, no reaction on the previous day low, no reaction on the 5 minute opening range low, not reaction on the 1 minute opening range low, and I'm talking about reaction for some continuation to the downside. So because AMD right here, it has been in this range right here. I actually have an alert right here, 147.75, to break this channel on the upside. And I think I had an alert right here, 141.63. Yeah, 141.63 was triggered this morning, but didn't have any continuation. So it was just bouncing out of this 141.16. Do you remember this key level here? It's a multiple touches on the daily chart. It's a pivot low, a lot of touches here, 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 support, turn resistance, support, turn resistance, resistance, turn support. So right now we are just right here. So I'm gonna move this alert here. Okay, so right now it's let's say 141 flat. Oh, come on. So now I have 147.75 and 141, and this is my channel. So until we don't break any of these key levels to the upside or to the downside, I'm not interested on AMD. And even if we break this 141, I will be very aware of this 139 gap on the daily chart, because it could, as you can see, right after the gap, AMD used this as a floor or support for this move up. All right. So even if we break this 141, just watch out with this gap, because this gap was once used as a floor for a bounce. So I mean, just make sure you are aware of your levels, right? Okay, so anyone took anything on AMD? I don't think so. Come on, Alejandro. 950. Let me take a look to 950. 950. What was it? 950 right here. Well, I mean, yeah. It was this break and retest of low of the day, or this order block here. 950. You said 950. Well, you know what? I actually like it. I actually like it right here. Previous day low. Your risk was at the top of these candles here, and you were looking what the gap, maybe 140, 140. Yeah. So this was a nice play here. Actually, this was a nice play, break and retest of this order block, or even this low of the day here. So nice retest, displacement here, retest, 1, 2, 3 candles rejecting this order block. And indices, well, indices were at the very bottom of the chart. So yeah, I actually like this, but as we were saying a few minutes ago, we needed a nice break and retest of this 141.63. And It was the previous day low. So I will be waiting, Alex. Yeah, I completely understand your play here, but I will be waiting a strong break of this 141.63. That was Friday's low. Friday's low. So with the break of this Friday's low, some nice displacement, and also maybe a break of this 141.16, that will be like, more higher probability, let's say. But yeah, I can understand this. It's a nice break and retest of this order block low of the day, and we actually had one, two, I mean, a few rejection candles here, and the indices were looking like they wanted to go lower. But yeah, look, yeah, this 550 on QQQ was a freaking magnet the whole morning. Look at this. Look at this. It was bouncing. It was, like a strong magnet for QQQ. And kind of the same thing with this 616.39 for SPY. So yeah, yeah. So just unfortunate. Decline. I didn't get the good entry on Meta. I'll go for Meta. Don't worry. Laura, I traded stocks. Hood, yeah. I was reading that Hood had a strong, strong, strong candle. They are doing good things. I still don't like the app, but as a company, they are doing nice things. Um, RAM, I was waiting for Nvidia bounce. Yeah. All right, guys. So this this actual play was nice. When you were stopped, Alex, this one 9:59 or later? 9:59. Yeah. Nice risk management. Make sure that you just stick to your plan. Probably these next days. Remember, it's gonna be a short week because Thursday market is gonna close early, and Friday it's the 4th of July, so it's a holiday here in the United States. So no market on Friday, so it's actually a very short week. So it's gonna be probably kind of choppy. So yeah, don't trust any movement here, right? All right. Is it worth trading on Thursday? You can do it. I mean, you just, I mean, how do they say? Trade your trade your chart, not your heart. So if you see good price action on Thursday, but you want to avoid the risk of the price decay because of time, you just buy next week expiration. Maybe. I mean, I would not. I will not hold any position over the weekend. But if you don't want to play like if it's a Friday, I mean you just buy next week expiration. But if you see nice price action, I mean go ahead. There's nothing wrong with trying your A plus setups. All right, guys. So I was watching this on Amazon. I was looking for Amazon, and I had this. I was looking for this 220 retest. This 220 retest. I actually had my alarm right here. And for that, I was looking for this 220. Where is it? Why here? 220. And here? 221. Oh, all right. Yeah. So I was looking for a retest of 220 around here, but to the upside. And right now, the indices are kind of recovering, but Amazon still looks very weak right here, very weak right here. So let's see what happens with Amazon. But today, this morning, we had a few plays to the downside, right? So we had this break and displacement and retest of this pre-market low. This was actually a very decent play because this was rejecting this 225 key level. So this 225 key level was being rejected since the pre-market. So these actually kind of look weak right after the bell. And with these rejections of the opening price, look at this, one rejection, two rejection, three rejection. So right here, we were actually building a lower high, right? So this was a lower high. So this is kind of a failing to create a new high. This was retesting this pre-market low. So looking weak. SPY was breaking below the previous day high. QQQ was a little bit above this 550. That was a strong magnet today. So I was watching this, but I didn't take it. So this is a nice break and displacement and retest of pre-market low. So if you waited just a few candles confirming this direction here, you have your risk right here, pre-market low, and you were aiming, let's say if you were aiming to your low of the day, it was a 122.4 risk reward ratio trade. If you were aiming to this key level 221.09, it's a key level on the 15-minute chart. That was kind of the resistance on Friday, 221.09. So if you were aiming to that, it was a 1 to 2.7 risk reward ratio trade. And actually, later on the day, you had this kind of retest of the 5-minute opening range, but it failed a few times. As you can see here, it failed a few times. And if you were watching the indices, you were very uncertain of what was going on the market. But I mean, if you watch this, let's say that you took this first trade, all right? This was a nice break, displacement and retest of the 5-minute opening range low. So you wait for a few candles to confirm direction here, and you take your trade right here. So right here, SPY, it's breaking out to the downside. So this was a very nice entry point here. QQQ was breaking 550 to the downside. So I really like this entry here. But unfortunately, this just reversed like the next three candles. But if you were waiting for something like the 84% rule for this 5-minute opening range, even as you can see right here, this was kind of a head and shoulders on the 1 minute, right? So if you were waiting for this 84% rule, right here, you had this reclaim of the 5-minute opening range low. And if you had the same entry point than before, you actually had this nice entry here and you hit all of this. This was a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. But if you were holding and because you were watching this downtrend here, if you were watching this downtrend here, and you are watching that this is actually rejecting the trend line, so you maybe stay all the way to this 220 key level, strike number, round number, side number, and this will be a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. So this was a few plays. I mean, if you had this first play, you maybe stay all the way, right? Because you managed to trim your position right here with a nice with a nice profit. So you are just watching market structure to be to stay or to be alive here. So if you were watching this and you stay on this position, you may be you may have a very nice uh, trade to the downside. Let me go to the questions here. Uh, yes, is worth trading on Thursday? Well, if your setup comes. Black color really suits you? Come on, Dipti, you are making me blush. Thank you. Uh, any A plus setups for swings? You know what? I've been watching some of them. I've been watching some of them. I may I may record a different video for swings. Yeah, yeah. I think we should do that. I think we should do that. Hello, Jose Luis. How do we know if a stock follows the QQQ SPY? I have heard that, for example, Palantir does not follow the indexes. So how can we know what others not? Well, that comes with experience, Laura. So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons we always say that you should be back testing and trying to figure out one name at a time. So I remember that you just said that you took a hood trade. That was correct. Uh, yeah, hood. So you took hood today. So if you can go back and compare hood to spy or QQQ for the past, I don't know, 3 years, or well, I think hood is kind of new, right? But well, anyways, that's actually better because I mean you don't have to go back too much on the charts. But if you can start comparing hood with some of the indices from the very beginning, you may start identifying any pattern or maybe a divergence, right? I mean, if hood is moving against the indices, well, I mean, then you can start finding or building an edge right there. So I mean, but that's why you need to identify and to learn your tickers as the back of your hand. For example, that's why when people ask me, "Hey Neto, how do you know things about Amazon?" Well, it's because I've been trading Amazon for years now, right? And I go watch every candle from Amazon over the days, and I'm always comparing to the indices. For example, I'm gonna tell you, Amazon, despite being a most known tech company, it usually moves more like SPY, like the whole market, instead of just QQQ, the tech market. Why? I don't know. Maybe because people still think that Amazon is a retail company, but I think that the business unit that brings more money or more revenue, I think is the Amazon Web Services, right? So it's actually a tech company, but I don't know, like it moves better, or it moves more alike SPY. So that's something that I got from comparing it every day. So it's just that's how I recommend to do it. So that's why I don't recommend, like, if you are just starting to trade options, you have 6, 8, 10, 15 different tickers on your screen. Just choose one or two or three so you can actually get to know them, right? So again, so you can start identifying how they move with PPI, how they move with CPI, how they move with Fed speakers, how they move with the Jerome Powell on not only speaking. He's I forgot I forgot the word, but testifying. I think he's testifying, not just speaking, right? So once you start identifying how your names start moving with different. I mean, if they move better on Mondays or Fridays, or on Fridays, you just they just drop. I mean, you can start identifying a lot of things. Just that's why I always recommend you to start focusing on just a few names, right? So this is Nvidia. Nvidia, look at this. Nvidia has been in a very nice uptrend. I mean, it took a time right here. It took a time consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. But once it got liquidity enough, boom, expansion. And look at this expansion. But now it looks like right now it's just consolidating again, right? It looks like it's creating this channel. So until we don't break this channel here with Friday's highs, let's let's wait. That will be my play with Nvidia. Or it may come all the way to 155, 155 here to grab for more liquidity here. But look at this. I mean, it's moving nicely. But this morning it opened weak. It opened weak, and it had this nice break and retest of the 5 minute opening range low, and it actually offered this opportunity here. So if you enter on this second candle, look at this second candle right below the first retesting candle here, and you were aiming to at least 156, it was a 1 to 2 reward ratio trade. Something like this. So I think that was the only thing on Nvidia. And after that, can you see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then this drop. But if you look at this on the 5 minute, this still has market structure, right? So higher high, higher low. This is a higher low, right? So it depends on how you were playing this, but Christina, do you have any trading videos or suggestions on setting up options on Webull? I don't have it, Christina, but I use Webull, and I can share my setup. Are you on the Discord community? If you are on the Discord community, that will be easier, because I yes, all right. So please tag me on the questions channel, and I will send you my Webull setup. Heads up, I'm kind of old school, so I don't use this Turbo Trader, Ninja Trader uh, widget on Webull, because I like the order entry widget. Why? Because I can make sure that I'm actually buying the side, the strike, and the position that I like. I know there's a lot of people using the Turbo Trader. It's just I don't like it. I like the old school, because I like to make sure that everything on my order it's according to my plan. But anyways, probably you will find it useful and start making changes from there. At least you will have some reference. Um, Okay, what do you think of this trade? I took the break and retest of the 5 minute low on Nvidia, like this one here. Uh, Enter 939. I think it's the same thing than here. 939, okay. And at the bottom of the 943 candle, okay. Well, that was fine, Kay. Oh, that was the one that I was explaining. That was fine. It just, for me, I mean, if you did something like this, it's a too small risk reward ratio trade. it's okay if that's your plan, but just I mean, just make sure that you manage your risk the same way, right? I mean, you don't want to be below 1 to 1, right? Um, okay. Deep T, total miss, Nvidia trade. I mean, there's nothing miss here, Deep T. This is just trying to identify one or two opportunities, but what you should be looking is this ugly price action on both indices. It's just sideways, sideways, sideways. Right when you think it's gonna break out, more sideways, and it goes back and sideways, and so yeah. So you didn't miss anything. Look at this. Look at this QQQ. Come on, it's this is ugly. This is ugly. All right. Yeah, so you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. Um, Sabrina, what do you think about 1219 on Nvidia? Well, it's too late for me. Let's see. 1219, 1219. Well, I may like it. You are watching for this, let's say, pivot high. This is the break and retest of this change of character. It's building market structure here. So if you were doing something like, what did you say, 1219? So probably you don't enter 1219, you enter on the next one. Your risk will be at the bottom of this 1219. And you were watching for pre-market low at least. Well, this is a 1 to 3 reward rated trade. If you trim right here, let's say you were looking 158. Look at this, 158 is a 1 to 2 reward rated trade. The thing is that this is just a scalp, right? This is not a nice play. It's only a few cents away. I mean, I will be looking for something like this, and maybe having a little bit more of a risk right here. But my target will be this. So here I may cut something on my position, but look at this right now. It's coming back. So just because the hour, I don't like it because this is lunchtime for Wall Street. So usually, and again, this is just out of experience, usually lunchtime it's very slow and it's tricky because there's not much volume here. Look at this. Look at this volume. It's actually very similar to this morning. Well, it's not. Can you see? It's kind of half of the volume from the morning. So this may be just noise. This may be just algos playing while the traders are having lunch. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. On the one here, yeah, half the candle, something like that. Nice. All right. Bye, Joseph. All right, guys. And Tesla, sideways, right? Sideways. Nothing. There's actually nothing to say about Tesla. I mean, anyone was watching for something on Tesla? I don't think so. Someone was asking about Microsoft, right? All right. So here, look at this. Here, I like two different plays. Just watching this, just watching this. But I like this short look at the price action right here on the 1 minute opening range low and the pre-market low. One rejection, two rejection, three rejections, four rejections. Nice candle here. So I may like something like this, and I will be looking for 95, but it didn't get it there. Well, look at this. Well, this is actually a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade right here to the bottom. But I like more this trade here. So this trade here, or even here, right? Like, because you were, yeah, you were looking for something like this. This is the change of character. Look at this. This is the change of character because you are having a higher high, and it's flagging right to the pre-market low and this order block here. So I will like this one here maybe, and looking for the high of the day. Or if you don't like this too much, this is something that I like also. Same thing here. Same thing here. So just because right now you are building market structure here, forget about the indices. Indices are not doing anything today. Forget about the indices, right? Forget about the indices. So indices were not doing anything here. But if you were looking for something like this or something like this, these both were very nice trades here. And like two different opportunities here with the change of character here, and this one, with the market structure building right here. So you don't take the retest, you take a few candles later with your move confirm. All right, with your move confirm. And if you took one of these two, I mean, look at this. This went nuts. But I mean, I really like this. I really like this. Why? Because it's building market structure with the change of character here. But again, because the indices were not doing anything here. Look at this. They were not doing anything. SPY around this 1640 and QQQ on this 550 magnet. So yeah, so nothing too much there. Nothing too much there. So bye, Gabi. So guys, I think that's it. I really don't see anything else to actually talk about. I mean, today was ugly. I only took one SPY trade. It was a loss. I mean, it will may have some continuation, but I mean, it just didn't work. So let's see if we can have something better tomorrow. And you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Good day to practice patience. Close your broker, guys. I mean, if you didn't take any trade today, this is not the time to start something. Just close your broker, and let's do this tomorrow. Bye.